Works cited entries for an annotated bibliography, part 5. I will be editing Daryl Fear's entry, Endangered Species Act is itself endangered. Before we begin, I need you to go to elwoodeducation.com, which is my website, and in the search bar, I want you to type in container or works cited page, something like that, and hit enter. Then I want you to click on works cited pages, and at that point, you're going to click on containers right here. When you do that, you will get a document that looks like this. This is going to guide you through the citation building process. Now, let's go back to our citation and take a look at what we have here. According to our citation page, we need the author's name followed by a period. We need the title of the source. If it's a smaller thing within a bigger thing, it's going to be surrounded by quotation marks with a period inside the closing quotation mark. Then we need the title of the container in italics followed by a comma. We don't have other contributors or version or number. We would next then need the publisher with a comma after it, the publication date followed by a comma, and the location followed by a period. So let's see how this citation stacks up. We have the name of the author, we have the name of the article, we have the name of the container, but we're missing the name of the publisher, and then we have the date. Now, in order to double check all of these items to make sure that they are correct, I am going to pull up the location as to where this article was found. Now you can do that by clicking on the URL. If it's still a live link, it'll take you there. Or you can copy and paste the entire link into this bar at the top of your screen. When we're looking at the title, I would like to draw your attention to some problems with capitalization. The word is a verb, so it needs to be capitalized. The word itself is a pronoun, so it needs to be capitalized. Okay, let's take a look at the article itself. The name of the article is correctly rendered. The name of the author is Daryl Fears. That's listed here, so that's correct. The name of the container is Washington Post, so that's correct. And the publication date is the 28th of March, 2017. Now, in this information right here, I don't see the name of the publishing company, which needs to be after the name of the container. You're generally going to find the publisher at the bottom of a site. However, this is not actually the Washington Post site. I don't see the name of the publisher listed here, so let's scroll down to see if SIRS gave us the name of the publisher for the Washington Post. And there it is. So after copyright, it says the Washington Post Company. So that's the name of the publisher, and I'm going to type that in here. Followed by a comma. Now, I need a hanging indent for line 2 and any subsequent line after line 2, so I'm going to put the cursor here and tab over. And notice that when I put the cursor here and tab over, I have a problem because the text is wrapped. To unwrap the text, you can put your cursor here and hit enter, or you can put your cursor here and hit enter, and that will stop happening. So I'm going to put my cursor here and hit enter and then tab it over. Now, I'm at the end of the first container. So I have all of this information, including the publication date. I don't have the location. The location in this instance would probably be page numbers. And SIRS didn't give me any page numbers. So as far as the first container is concerned, I'm finished. So now I need to go to the second container. The second container has pretty much the same information as the first container. So for container 2, I'm going to begin with the title of the container followed by a comma. Now, if I'm looking at the SIRS site, this is not the name of the container. The name of the container, the name of the site, is actually listed here. So look at the green bar. I have blued it for you. So this piece right here, I'm going to delete. I don't need that piece there. So I'm going to begin container 2 right here, and I'm going to type in the name of the site, which is the name of the container, followed by a comma. So let's double check that. So container 2, that is correct. I don't have other contributors or version or number, but I do have a publisher. So let's take a look at what the publisher is. Now, on SIRS, I could scroll all the way down to the bottom, but right up here above SIRS, if I can blue SIRS, I can't blue ProQuest, but if you can see above the word SIRS that I just now blued for you, there is a name, ProQuest. That is the name of the publishing company, so I'm going to put that here. If I scrolled all the way down to the bottom, I might find ProQuest listed. But if I'm questioning ProQuest as the publisher, I could search ProQuest and see what it says. And as you can see right here, partners with the world's most authoritative publishers. So ProQuest is indeed a publisher. Now, after the publisher, I have a publication date option. The publication date is not the date that the Washington Post published the article. This would be the date that SIRS republished the Washington Post article. And SIRS doesn't give me that date. Then I have the location followed by a period. So now I'm going to put the URL here. I need to fill up line 2 as much as I possibly can. And I can break a URL after any piece of punctuation or symbol. So I'm going to hit enter here, and then I'm going to put the cursor up on line 2 and hit delete a whole bunch of times until I can pull the beginning part of the URL up. I'm not going to fit all of this onto this line, but I could test it by typing in to see what I do get there. Okay, so that didn't fit, so I'm going to stop at the slash. Now, on this line, line 3, I'm going to tab it over, and then I'm going to hit delete a whole bunch of times in order to put the URL all together with no spaces. After the URL, which is the location, let's take a look at what container 2 wants after the location. It's going to ask for a period there, and then it's going to ask for the accessed date. So let me move this out of the way. We have a period at the end here. So now I'm going to type in accessed and the date, abbreviated, the year, and the final period at the end. And we are finished.